Hello, everybody. Okay, we're going to be doing lesson 26 now. Now, we're working with the F chord, with the scale in chords of the F scale in the key of F. So we've said F a number of times, so we're there. Anyway, if we go back to, I believe it was 24, might have been 23, lesson 23 or 24, we were talking about the E chord. Okay, and there was two lessons on that. And anyway, and I started doing this. Okay, and I went from there after I stopped the lesson, and I wrote a song, and that song is called "The Love of Another," and I did a little talking on there, a little music, and that's going to be released on Friday, which is going to be today when you see this. So go to YouTube and just search on there. It's probably the easiest way to do it is to just go to YouTube, search "The Love of Another" by Tim Clark, and Kloop, it should be there. Anywho, and also, I after the last week's lesson, I just turned the video camera back on and played the progression that I was running through my head a little, and made a song out of it. It's a little rough, because I just did it the first time, but that's usually how things go, and then I clean it up from there, and I'll make a song with it. I want to, but right there I was just jamming. I wasn't paying attention or really getting into it too much. So, but take a look at it, and you'll see what I was doing, and from that you might learn something. Okay, now we're on F. So again, the progression is F, one step up to G minor, because the 2 is the second step. The second of that progression is a minor, and the third progression is a minor, so that's an A minor, and B is a half a step, that's a B flat, and the next one is a full jump, that's C. Then we have D minor, and then we have D diminished. So to go a little quicker, it's just okay. So it's pretty easy, actually. Now, I'm going to put something in here that's a little different this week. If any of you started on the introduction and listened to it, I had the key of C, and I said you can hit all these different notes. Okay, now by now, I'm going to switch to F, though. Okay, so with the F chord, we can minor it, we can augment it, we can diminish it, we can add a sixth to it, we can add a major seventh, and then we can add a regular seventh with the E, and then we can add a sixth. In other words, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so those are all taken care of. But we haven't talked anything about here. That doesn't sound like it'd go with anything, does it? Okay, what if we do this? What if I play these two together with the chord? Do all three of them? Or I go up here and play this. See what I just did? Okay, I did something different there. I played the fourth. Okay, here's the fourth right here. I lifted up this one because it's in between. It'll probably cause discord. So I try it out, see what it sounds like. It sounds a little discordy, right? But listen. In other words, we can put different things in there that don't necessarily in our heads think they can go there, but they do. In other words, we can add all kinds of things. Just like I said in the first place on lesson 1, you can play all these up here as long as you don't hit this, okay? Well, it also goes into your timing. In other words, okay? If you hit that quick, you see how that works? See, I just did something else again. Instead of an augmented, this is a D minor, which is the second step for the F chord. Instead of going to an augmented, I just simply took the fifth of the chord and I came down a half a step. So, in reality, what did I do? I flatted the D. See? And then up here, I added the C, same as I did here, okay, to the G. And you can do all kinds of stuff like that. So if you watch when I'm playing, it'll be the key of F, and I'm so used to putting all these different harmonies in that up until this point in these lessons, I've made a lot of mistakes, to be honest with you, because I had to take myself back and take out what I already have knowledge of and dump it for a while just to play the straight chords. So now I want to get into everything that I've been doing. So see, all I did is I took the F chord, I went up to the G minor, and then I wanted to end it for an ending, and I just came up and just hit all these. See how I did that? And the F chord is just here. So there's no way I could have done that. I could take this and jump up here. And no matter what I do, if I just play the F chord only, it's going to sound dead. Now if I do this, and I'm putting all those different notes in there, if you follow what I mean. So now, when we get to writing a song, okay, we bring the chord down. Okay, that sounds pretty good. So you've got F, G, A flat, and A. Okay, so you can get away with that, see? But now you can add harmony by playing the sixth down here. And do a little action here. And then go to the next step. Just by hitting different combinations of notes, see? And when you first start doing this, it's going to be hard, but you have to realize that I've already taught you everything like the F chord, okay? You've got this, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this, okay? And you've got the octave that you can play, okay? So you've got these two, and you've got this, okay? But you can also add more. Here's a second. Here's the second step of the F chord, which is a G. did was I just took F, I went to G minor, then I went to, where did I go? Oh, I went to D? No, I went to D. I went to G minor and D. So you could play that progression. So you could write a song with just those three chords. In other words, F, G, and D minor. Now that's the seventh position, which is E diminished. Add that in, or you could do it this way. And do an F. I added the sixth, see? Or I do it this way. Either way. Now, if you want to do something to go on and repeat it, then you would hit the regular seventh, see, and you'll hear it. It gives you a sound that says, hey, okay, we got another step we can go to now, see. And I added a D, here's a D minor, and here's a D in octave, and I added what right here? What is that? That's a sixth. See? Sixth of the D minor. Okay. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're up here. So you can start doing things that are outside the chords a little bit. Now, if I'm playing bass to F, okay, I play my bass with foot pedals. Hear them down here? In other words, what I just did is this. Now I'm going to go to G. I went. Okay. I'm going to go down to D. So in other words, I've got the advantage here because I've got the foot pedals for an organ. But if you're wanting to play the bass like they play, you could do it just how I did here. And then play your lead or your chords up here. If you're singing, you just want to do the chords. So if you're on F, let's see. Just come up with a bass. Common one is this. Where you're just playing a full octave down there that way. And if you play the 1 and the 5th, put a 6 in it. etc. In other words, you're just playing the same notes that you had to start off with, and you've been adding all this time practicing with the sixth, the regular seventh, the major seventh, the regular seventh, the sixth. Now you can even put in a sharped D if you do it quickly. Now I added an A over here, and this is a G minor. Okay, how was I able to do that? Okay, this is what? This is the second of the G. Here's G. This is the second. So up here, see, by adding maybe another for harmony. In other words, you're starting to coordinate your hands. I'm sure you've already done that, where you're starting to coordinate, where you hit the F, and you can do something different. Okay, that's a B. I just played a B chord, a B seventh. See? And you can practice just doing this. Or adding the second. All kinds of different variations. Now, I'm not trying to confuse you. You already know everything already. The only thing I added in was the second and the fourth. Okay? The second of the chord and the fourth. Okay? It's a little discord, but you can play it up here in the lead, see?